are back at the Flower Expo, and one of the fascinating things about traveling the world is getting to meet all the really cool brands that are out there. All the unique brands that
And
are
trying.
and yes, she tries them all that are developing within these intrastate markets and these international markets. And so we're pleased to be joined by. You're the founder.
No, I'm the sales director.
Sales director for Green Monke, a really, really cool brand that's now in the Massachusetts
We're in
market.
the Massachusetts
I
market.
like how you guys spell it too. Monke.
Monkey. Yeah, we tried to make it a little bit fancier,
It's
bougier.
different.
Make it a little different. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. So where's Green Monke from?
Green Monkey is we're headquartered in Toronto. The story actually goes back to the United Kingdom where
So
we
this
started.
is officially. This is now a Canterbury tale.
Oh yeah. You're getting the whole story now.
Yeah, no, this
absolutely,
is the Canterbury
absolutely. So we started in the UK actually as a hemp only CBD drink, and it's the #1 selling CBD beverage in the United Kingdom.
Really?
Our North American founders were on vacation in London and they tried it and they're like, well, we love this. That's the tropical citrus flavor. And so they licensed it. They said, we want to bring it back to Canada and put THC in it because we can. And so we hired their drink master, brought him over here. He formulated the THC version and also created the other 2 flavors, mango guava and orange passion fruit. And so they launched in Canada as nationwide because it's federally legal up there as a low dose. It's a 3.6, 3 milligrams of THC with 6 milligrams of CBD. So
Canada was the first THC version of Happy Monkey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Canada was the first version, and then
we're all about the THC.
Absolutely. And then the THC, and then they brought it to California. It was the first U.S. market.
All right.
So that was 2021.
2021 migrated over to California. That's a nice move.
Yep.
Like that.
So last 2 years, it's won. The tropical citrus has won the best tasting cannabis beverage in California from Daily Dot.
Okay.
And they're also a 3.6 out there. Last summer we launched in Maine, and when we came to Maine, we looked at the market and
why Maine?
Everything is because it was basically a soft launch for Massachusetts. Our co-packer that we were using then was building a facility here, and they were already operating in Maine. So we said, we'll do a soft launch up there with 1 flavor, and we reformulated it to the 510 because all the drinks in Maine are 10 milligram. So we could still be a low dose with 5 milligrams, and then the 10 milligrams of CBD helps back it up. It gives it a little bit more of a social vibe than some of the other drinks. It's less of an edible. It's less of a kind of punch you in the face.
Some people are when they take CBD, they feel more comfortable.
Yeah, it kind of mellows out the buzz a little bit.
Yeah.
Makes people a little bit less anxious. Makes it more of an outdoor kind of day like today drink, and did really well in Maine. So we launched this summer or March, right around St. Patrick's Day, in Massachusetts with all 3 flavors, and it's been going pretty well.
Yeah, no, I like it. The flavor's amazing. It
delicious.
Hits. I especially like it because it doesn't have a lot of sugars in it. You find drinks nowadays, even protein drinks, they load that with so much sugar. You have only
5 milligrams or 5 grams of sugar
5 grams.
per can. There is some artificial. We use an artificial sweetener. We use sucralose in there because that you need to cut out the.
Somebody's starting to steal
Somebody's starting to steal it already. Of course, they're delicious. You got to put some sweetness in it to balance out the bitterness of the emulsion, and we found that sucralose is way more efficient. So we have to use less of it than you do sugar. So we use raw vegan sugar for the actual sweetness that you taste. But what we use to balance out the bitterness is the sucralose because we can use less of it, where a lot of the other sodas that are on the market have 30 grams of sugar in them because they're using all sugar to balance that out, and you can't hide it with it. Just sugar is just less efficient.
That's absolutely fascinating. So you guys have been in the Massachusetts market for how long now?
3.5 months.
3.5 months now. How's it going?
Going great. We're in basically every region. We're in a few stores. We're less focused on the volume of stores and the quality because we're a small team. My entire team in the United States is here. There's 5 of us.
Nice. Should have had them all on the podcast.
So it's
You're in charge of California too?
I do everything east of California.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have I have a counterpart in California, and she uses a sales organization, kind of a third-party sales team to help her.
Right.
And she runs the brand out there. That may be changing soon. But yeah, so we're a smaller team, so we can serve. We're all about providing better service and getting just drinks in people's hands, getting non-infused samples in customers' hands, letting them try it because they always come back and buy it. And I'd rather have 25 stores that sell 100 cases a month than 100 stores that sell 2 cases a month.
So how does that can you explain that to me? Because we're from Arizona. I'm here traveling, learning all the markets there. How does that work? Getting your product into the dispensaries out here. Is it hard, or you said you're only in a few?
So
why is that?
It's really because I'm only one man,
Yeah.
and I don't have the bandwidth to go to all of them. So we've got a lot, and so it's there's a little bit of a balance. So had we launched a year ago in Massachusetts, we'd probably be everywhere because there was not much on the market that wasn't a seltzer for a beverage. And so there are a lot of other options now that came out before us. They're sitting in fridges. So we've got shelf space is the biggest issue in the drinks, and vault space because they take up so much room.
Does it have to be refrigerated in the dispensary?
No.
Okay.
So ours are shelf stable. Some need to be refrigerated. Ours don't. So it's a little bit easier for some of those stores, but the vault space is a big issue too because there's limited space, and you can fit 500 pre-rolls in the same space. You can fit 24 drinks. You know what I mean? So there's a little bit of balance.
Boxes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Trying to fit them in we give out like 200 lunch boxes full of product, like $300 worth of product at our events every month. And these would fit perfect inside.
I want to be at your event. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, right now we're in Arizona, but we're going to be doing the meetas across the country. So I'm sure you'll get invited to one.
We'd love to be there. We do. We've talked about coming to Arizona actually. Last year in Vegas, we were talking about it. We were having a conversation with a co-packer out there. I don't fallen off the radar just because I've had Massachusetts and other things on my mind.
Are you in charge of the business development aspect of it too, or
no? I'm kind of whole team. I do mostly the sales development and the sales operations, and then the direct sales because I'm moving more into the business development side of it because I know the U.S. market better than our Canadian counterparts. Managers do just because I'm here and I've grown up in this market. I used to work on the regulation side of it too. So I used to write. I wrote some of the RVTs of vendor training programs here in Massachusetts. I've worked with the commissioners on writing the driver's ed program for Massachusetts. So Now,
one of the things that MITA is going to be doing long term is helping with brand expansion, whatever the current regulatory structure is, especially in the United States.
Yeah.
And as you know, state by state, barriers to entry, it is a mess. And it's going to become even more of a mess as it goes federally legal. But that mess will also have an answer.
Yeah.
It's going to be a maze, but he who can navigate the maze. And so MITA wants to help brands navigate the maze, whatever it turns out to be. So right now obviously you got to do intrastate. You got to have a manufacturing partner or do it yourself. So and one of the things, for example, like if you're going into Illinois or Florida, do you guys look for partners that are manufacturing themselves, or you want a white label?
Yep. So we find a partner that's does manufacturing, and hopefully has a drink line, so we don't have to build it. And depending on the market, we'll discuss that, with some people. And they make the drinks for us with their license, and we just sell them.
Right.
So, and we pay them a fee to make the drinks, and we basically split the money.
How much is like the equipment to make all this? To make these drinks and stuff?
About $750,000.
$750,000?
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's a healthy layout of cash.
See, that's so complicated. We try to unravel, explain, educate, interpret. You're out there in the trenches fighting these wars.
Yeah.
But when it doesn't make a lot of sense, and you're like, well, I got to do it's not 50 states, but 40 states, 20 states adult use. I got to buy 40 $750,000 assemblies. Wait,
it doesn't work for us. Couldn't possibly work.
And it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Nobody's got that kind of money, and the margins aren't there. I mean,
right.
Everybody thinks, oh, these weed guys, they just make a ton of money. They're printing money. No. So,
right.
It costs a lot of money to get into the business, so you got to get it back and samples, and it takes a little bit. You got to get people to try it.
That's why everybody wants to start with how can I buy some flour and package it with my name on it?
Exactly. That's it. Yep. Just give me some white label flour.
This is a capital expenditure, but you're definitely looking for partners. And if somebody's, well, I mean, I think your best partners out there actually those manufacturers that are trying to do their own drink line and who have their equipment. And like, why are we failing? Well, you're failing because yours doesn't taste as good as this.
Right.
Too much sugar.
Because you don't have. So the big difference
Yeah.
between Green Monkey and a lot of these other drink companies is we have a drink master that designed our flavors and
Right.
works with flavor houses to make the flavors. You know, this guy's been making drinks for 50 years. He's
Out of
a
the cannabis,
75-year-old, British guy who comes out here and formulates flavors, knows how to make things taste good, and won't settle for artificial tasting like the guava in the mango guava or the mango too. Everybody's like, I never like mango drinks because it's always that fake artificial mango flavor, but it's a real mango flavor with real mango, So it's just all about using good products and, having
That's
a good
stuff.
start with a
I
good
have
base.
some friends in California that I want to introduce you to.
Absolutely.
I'd be interested in working with your
That'd be
company.
great.
Quick question though.
Yeah.
I noticed this says so type. People that are like me, I'm not familiar. Obviously, I know distillate oil. That's how it's infused. So how is it? Is a cannabis drink
So
actually infused with
It's
cannabis?
a distillate, so it starts
You
with
can't
distillate.
talk about this stuff.
It's a nano emulsified distillate. So what they do is they take distillate
Where we
and then
unshackle
they
this. Sorry.
process it. They spin it basically and make the molecules smaller.
Uh-huh.
So they process faster in your body. They process more in your body as well. So difference between a drink and an edible, if you take, we'll use 10 milligrams because it's easier math. You take, 10 milligrams of drink, 10 milligrams of a regular gummy bear, right? Your body's only going to process 25 to 30% of that gummy, the THC in the gummy. So you're getting maybe 2.5 to 3 milligrams of THC actually in your body. Where with a drink, you're looking at 70 to 80%. So you're getting twice as much THC. It hits your body faster, 15 minutes rather than 45 to an hour. And it's out of you quicker too. So you don't have to have all day. A lot of times I don't got 4 hours to, sit with a bunch of edibles and be stoned.
Yeah.
Right. But with a drink, they're more social and they're in and out quicker.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing that.
We really, I love this. It's really tasty stuff.
Good. I'm glad you like it. Yeah.
And I tried what was the drink that we put in the lunchboxes? Well, actually, don't mention the name, but it wasn't that good.
I'm like,
That's,
Yeah, and it was somebody packaging, somebody doing something similar to this, but it tasted funny.
Yeah, a lot of them
This
because
tastes good.
they can't bury the emulsion. They can't get that flavor out. They
that
just
THC
the
flavor
THC, the emulsion.
overcoming.
Yeah, it's really bitter. And it's very overpowering. A lot of the old drinks I used to say like, yeah, I drink them because they get me stoned, right? Where these I'm like, I drink them because I like them. Oh, and they get me stoned. Sweet.
I like too how you the top you could put it away, put it back in the fridge.
Reclosable, so you can.
Look at that.
Yeah, so you can reclose it, so you can drink half of it. See, it's real good. It makes it more approachable for those new users. They only drink half of it, see where I'm at in 20 minutes, and then drink the rest of it if they want. I mean, it'll hold the carbonation for a good 4 hours after it's been opened and resealed.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
And one of the big things, obviously, we love introducing brands out there to our market, but we also love introducing individuals because you're going to be in the cannabis industry for a while. You're clearly
I've been around it for a little while. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're clearly an expert on the subject, so it's our pleasure not just to get to know your brand, but also to meet you and to introduce you to our audience. How do people get in touch with you?
My name's Dave Monte. I'm the sales director for Green Monkey. You can find me at David at greenmonkey.com. Instagram is davidmonte1, DAVID MONTE. So it's actually pretty close to the Green Monkey spelling. Twitter is at David Monte. I've been on those platforms for obviously too long since I got my first and last name as my handles, so it's easy. I'm easy to find.
Oh, that's good. You got a network.
Yep, absolutely.
So if
awesome.
you're interested in learning about Green Monkey, which I think you should be, or if you're just interested in talking to Dave about the industry in general,
Give me a shout.
Hit up Monte from Monkey.
absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us. And
Thank you for having me.
There is a storm coming on the horizon.
Yeah.
So we're
I
gonna
know. I'm
pack
really
up.
hoping. I'm really hoping that it wants to go that way, but it doesn't look that
I
good.
think we're all gonna have to pack up, but we'll put everything back up tomorrow. So
Absolutely. We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll be running for raindrops.
There
But
you go.
Thanks
Perfect.
for tuning in, guys. That was another episode of Mita Unshackled.